Godlow on the track.
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to another one of my thrift hauls. This one in particular is going to be a little extra exciting because it is a collab with my friend Abby. So Abby also has a channel here on YouTube. She does videos that are focused on sustainable living and DIYs, so you can check out her channel and learn a little bit more about sustainability. But of course, it wouldn't be one of my videos if we didn't also do a little bit of thrifting. So Abby and I went to my favorite Beacon's Closet in Greenpoint and filmed a little bit there. Before we get into the store and before I come home and show you guys a haul of everything I got, I asked Abby a few questions about how she got into thrifting and about how you can be a little bit more sustainable in your everyday life. Hey, what's up you guys? I'm here with my friend Abby out here in McCarran Park. Do you want to introduce your channel a little bit? Talk about what you do here.
First off, it's so nice out today. Guys, it's like 50 degrees out, so that's why we're out here outside. So my channel, I just do sustainable lifestyle and living, and I love doing DIYs and fashion, just talking about environmentally friendly things.
The first question I have is just, what introduced you to the idea of sustainability in general?
My senior year of high school, we learned about the agricultural system and had to read a lot of books on it. We watched a documentary as well. So that like kind of introduced me. I think it just opened my mind to like, whoa, this is something I'd never even thought about before that. And then afterwards, I took a gap year after I graduated and I watched the documentary, The True Cost on Netflix, which is like all about the world of fast fashion and about the collapse of Rana Plaza. That really just hit me on a more like social impact and the people behind our clothes. Yeah, so that's kind of how I got introduced to it. And then one of my friends introduced me to Stasher bags, which are these reusable silicone bags that you can use in place of plastic bags. And then I just found all these other cool products with sustainability and started doing reviews on them, and that's kind of how it all started. And now I would say I'm into sustainable living for both the people behind all the things, but also the world and like the earth and climate change.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sounds like you're doing more than me on that front, but
you know, it's all like baby steps, you know?
Right. That's a good question though. What can a person who's not as invested in sustainability yet do in their everyday lives to become a little bit more sustainable and kind of help the environment and people?
I would say definitely just consuming less. I know that sounds really simple.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, go and buy the sustainable item or like to use in place of this, invest in a water bottle or something and stop using plastic water bottles is a big one. But with the big push on plastic bags, not using them, it's actually not necessarily a good thing because of the carbon footprint that it takes to make a reusable bag. So with everyone going out and buying these cheap reusable bags, it's not necessarily better in the long run than buying plastic. So I would just say beware of the like greenwashing and the things that people are saying. Do your own research, but as far as just little steps, just consume less, buying things secondhand as well as much as possible. And don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with like thrifting.
Right. You can't do everything and you shouldn't write off doing something just because you can't be perfect. Just take a few small steps, and if everyone does that, that's way better than one person being the perfect, sustainable, ethical consumer.
I feel like there's such a huge push on like zero waste or nothing. Don't let those type of things overwhelm you. Just do what you can in a little way. Also, I think a big part is being aware at a governmental and political level of what's going on, because no matter how much waste we make as an individual, like we can all make a little bit of an impact, but if we really want to make a global impact, then that is up at like the head level. So just be aware of what's going on in that world. Make sure you're voting and doing those things to ensure that we're going in the right direction.
Also, vote with your dollar. That's another way that you as an individual can help tear down those big corporations that are doing so much harm. Don't support them.
Yes.
Buy your stuff somewhere else, which is why we are going thrifting today.
And thrifting is a win-win-win. Like I like you get to find fun gems, you get to try stuff on. Like most of my stuff that I end up loving is stuff that I would not buy in a store, but because I'm trying it on, I'm like, oh, this is how I can style it, and then it becomes one of my favorite pieces.
All right, you guys, we'll see you inside.
See ya.
guys, we're back in my living room ready to do a haul of all the stuff that I got while I was with Abby. I did also go to Beacon's Closet a few days before this, so I'm just kind of lumping these together. I also bought a couple of pieces that I'm not going to be keeping for myself and I will be selling on my Depop. So if you're not already following, hit the link in the description and go check it out. So first up, I have this amazing rainbow houndstooth 80s matching set. There were so many reasons why I was drawn to this set. First up, the colors are beautiful. We've been seeing a lot of primary colors on the runways for spring 2020. Houndstooth as well has been really popular for the spring. And then of course the 1980s, like I've said in so many of my other videos, are super trendy right now. I love this set especially because it has these little shoulder pads and it's made out of this very soft material. The only downside is that it is many sizes too big for me, so I solved that problem by belting the pants really tightly with this belt that I also got at that location of Beacon's Closet. I may eventually get this set altered so that it fits me better, but as of now, I'm happy wearing it just like this. It's also a little bit lighter than I'm able to wear right now. It recently dropped into the 20s. To finish off the look, I just paired my Jadon Doc Martens, which obviously have that bright yellow stitching that really pulls out the bright yellow in the pattern of the suit. Next up, I grabbed something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone. This is going to be one of the several pieces in this haul that I'm not really sure what decade it came from. So if you guys are vintage experts, let me know down in the comments what you think. So this plaid dress is this really beautiful, almost floor-length fit and flare cut. It's got these really adorable ruffles on the sleeves, and it's made out of this sort of plasticky, almost tablecloth-esque kind of material. I'm tempted to say that this is maybe from the 1950s, but again, I have no idea, so let me know in the comments. I was drawn to this piece because obviously plaid is predicted to be really popular in 2020 again, but I also think this silhouette is going to be really trendy. It's not quite a tight fit and flare style, it's a little bit more voluminous, a little more exaggerated. I really love that on the runway we've been seeing a lot of androgynous looks. I think there are ways to wear dresses that aren't overly feminine. The way that I grunged this one up a little more even was by pairing a men's beret, this one I just borrowed from my boyfriend, and then again my chunky Doc Marten Jadons. Moving on, the next piece is perhaps the best thing that I've ever thrifted. It's this amazing sweater with these contrast sleeves that are made out of this faux fur. The pattern itself is very 1980s and it's these super trendy colors for spring, this teal and this bright cobalt blue. But the best part is, and I didn't even realize this until I went to try it on, this is actually a vintage YSL sweater. Now Saint Laurent has been one of my favorite designers for a really long time, but it is one of those designers that kind of holds its value as it ages, so it's pretty hard to find reasonably priced vintage YSL. I got this piece for $24. Now, part of the reason it was priced this way, I think, is because it does have a couple of holes, but I don't personally let flaws bother me when I'm buying things for myself. Underneath, I put on one of my many 1980s vintage jumpsuits that I bought off of Depop. For shoes, I put on my croc leather pointed toe Stuart Weitzman ankle boots that I got at Housing Works, and then once again I have that same beret from the last outfit. Next up, I have another beautiful 1980s vintage piece, and that is this silk teal colored blouse. Like I said before, silk is a huge trend for 2020, and this color in particular is also going to be really popular. You saw the clip of me trying this on in the dressing room, and obviously I knew it was going to be a little bit oversized on me, which is why I chose to pair it with something super high-waisted. These pants were also from Beacon's Closet many months ago, but they were originally Tibi, which is another one of my favorite designer brands. I'm so excited for the weather to get a little bit warmer so I could start wearing them again, because they are so cropped that they look very strange with any kind of tights or leggings underneath. The boots that I'm wearing with this outfit are my white patent leather Mista boots that my mom got me for my birthday. And then to tie in the white from the boots, I threw on my big, chunky 80s style geometric earrings. Next up, I have another beautiful matching set. And again, I'm not sure what era this is from. I want to say 1950s or something, but I could be totally wrong. Could also be 70s, even 80s. Let me know in the comments if you're a vintage expert and you can tell me what decade this is actually from. But anyway, it's just this beautiful teal and cream plaid set. It's got this little blazer jacket that can be worn by itself, sort of as a shirt, and then this really voluminous below the knee skirt. Once again, I paired it with my patent leather Mista boots boots to give it a little bit more of a contemporary twist, or at least make it feel a little bit more edgy and sexy, because it definitely does look like a 1950s schoolgirl costume a little bit. Anyway, it's made of this really luxurious wool, so it is very high quality, albeit a little bit itchy, but regardless, I think it's just such a stunning set, and I cannot wait to wear it in the spring. Second to last, I have this beautiful silky open back blouse. This is actually polyester. I wish it was 100% silk, but oh well. Now, since this one was a size large, I did have to wrap the tie in the back all the way around to the front to make sure that it's not completely gaping open. To style this top, I put on my Rivet jeans that I got on Depop. These are just these amazing 1980s style mom jeans with these silver rivets running down the sides and in the back. And then once again for shoes, I put on my Croc leather Stuart Weitzman boots. The last outfit that I have to show you guys is in part what I'm wearing right now. So I have this beautiful 80s vintage pink lace top that I got at Awoke Vintage. You guys know that I'm super obsessed with a puff sleeve, and I love a really flattering peplum cut. Underneath, I have this tight white turtleneck that I ordered from Los Angeles Apparel. And then these pants were the last thing that I got at Beacon's Closet. They are these authentic vintage army pants. I always see these New York City bloggers wearing really cool utilitarian pieces, sometimes vintage flight suits or army pants, so I wanted to try the trend out for myself. But of course, I dress a little more femininely, so I threw on my pink lace top and then these Ferragamo pumps that I thrifted at Goodwill. Alright, you guys, that is all that I have for you today. Make sure, if you haven't already, go watch Abby's video. I'm gonna have it linked down below. And if you came from her channel, welcome. I would love it if you guys stuck around and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you know every single time that I post. Also, if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. It's just Haley Walker _. I post on there pretty frequently and I do a bunch of stories, so it's a really easy way to interact with me on a day-to-day basis. Also, check out my Depop, which is just Haley in the Details, which is where I sell all of the stuff that I don't end up keeping from my haul videos. Like I said, I did pick up a few things that are not in my size or didn't end up working out for me that I want you guys to be able to get your hands on, so definitely go check it out. And of course, if you're interested, I'm also going to link all of Abby's socials down below. One last thing, if you guys live in New York City, there's actually a huge sale going on at all of the Beacon's Closet locations this Saturday and Sunday, and maybe I will see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.